All right, y'all. Welcome back to another episode of the Jovial Pursuit Podcast. I'm your host, Jovi, with my co-host Brandon. How we doing, Brandon?
Good. Well, I'm tired. It's been a busy week.
Busy, busy.
Be busy.
What's kept us so busy?
I'm headed out tomorrow to North Carolina. To
Wait, weren't you just there?
no, tomorrow's when I'm leaving.
Uh, but
It was like on the horizon.
what was the other week? Were you just
I was gonna
on?
shake it at. I was gonna You mean the other week where I wasn't here?
Mhm.
Yeah, we had like a therapist group sort of outing. So it was like team hangout sort of thing. So
I see. I misunderstood. I thought it was your speech. I see.
I thought it was gonna be I thought I was gonna be gone for a whole like week for it initially, and then they were like, no, just come out for a day. And so I'm flying out tomorrow at like uh 2 p.m.
Mm.
Getting back Sunday at like 2 a.m. So it's gonna be like
A quick jaunt. Yeah.
yeah.
Goodness.
So
So I see prepping. I did not
yeah.
have that much going on.
Yeah, what was your week like?
This
Uh,
I've been trying to plan like a design for like a hat or shirts for us.
sweet.
Yeah, I'm working on that.
Who is
Um
who was our guy that asked us if we could sell his merch again?
Peter.
Has Peter has Peter reached out anymore?
Never
Dang.
never since. I'm curious to the fact like he might have seen an episode where we were talking shit. Like,
Really? Oh,
there's
Peter,
potential.
Peter, if you're out there, come back. Like we got you.
Oh, I don't know because I remember some of those shirts.
Oh yeah, no,
Nah,
no, no, no. This was just gonna be another setup where we're gonna like get him to come back and be like, "You shouldn't have come
just
back,
come
Peter.
back.
You shouldn't have come back." It's
Now we're showing the emails. Fucking
like now we're
Peter.
doing it.
Yeah, no, he hasn't touched base since.
Ah, sweet. So you're working on the merch?
Yeah.
All right.
Um, I was going with some of the original ideas where we got like let's see, summertime's gonna be coming up at least for me soon. So I was thinking of like the bear on the beach kicking back leisurely.
Yeah. Yep.
So I gotta draw that out, sketch that out a little bit. Going based off of our original picture, I'm gonna try and that are just like AI generated. I had a couple. I mean, my whole logo was AI generated at first,
Yep.
and
Man,
probably whoever has worked on it since probably used a little bit of AI for that too.
most likely.
Yes. Hey, get your money where you can. Um, but then my idea is like, do I print them myself or do I ship out for that? So I'm trying to run through those ideas. So if anybody out there is watching, let me know what you think. And we'll kind of get that going. I got a couple ideas, but we'll
Sweet.
see.
All right.
So yeah, that's what I've been working on, which isn't a whole lot. It's a lot of like brain work, and that's just about it. Other than that, I've kind of just been down because my ears have been causing me a lot of extra dizziness. So
Oh.
yeah, it's been rough. Got some new doctors, new otoneurologist, so ear and head. Um, and he suggested something that I hadn't heard about before, but fits even more so than what I had come to know, where
Okay.
there might be a tiny hole that's been generated in the bone either uh from birth, like genetically, or uh, I've hit my head enough that there's a tiny rupture, and sound is bouncing in between, which it's not supposed to. The canal's supposed to
Oh.
be closed system, and if there's any abrasion to such, vertigo like a motherfucker. And yeah.
Oh shoot.
So I had an appointment last week, and all right, so the first time I started getting some of this what's known as vestibular therapy, they got me in this thing, and it looks like I'm in like this like baby jumper. I'm strapped in, bro. I'm strapped in, and I'm kind of elevated so I don't fall. And I gotta like do these like hand eye, not really hand, eye foot coordination tests because my balance has gotten all messed up.
Oh shoot.
So this time they put me in this thing. It's a little bit more manly. It looks like more like a helicopter cockpit. And I'm
Oh
sitting there.
yeah.
There's
Yeah.
these handles, hold on. I'm like, kick, 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 kick. And it turns me and whatnot. So I like, kick, 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 kick. And I'm making my own sound effects. I'm like, yeah, at least let me have fun with this. I'm dizzy, but I'm like, I laugh through pain. Like,
Oh,
oh, so yeah, no, they tossed me about in that thing. Had me
dang.
like tilted back, tilted forward, sideways on both sides. So yeah. Then we kicked it in San Diego for a little while after that because it was gorgeous out.
Yeah.
Um, but now it's all rainy and shit, and it's gross. So I
Mm,
switched it up.
sweet.
Go V,
I like
check
it.
your boy out. Self plug.
Yeah.
uh,
Dude,
but
have you
yeah,
heard from your family at all today, by the way?
why?
The earthquake out on the East Coast?
They're up north. My
I
family's
mean,
like they're what? Because that might have hit like max Albany. Like
I
I
mean,
know it hit by Syracuse because somebody on Facebook, but it was minimal to that point. So, oh,
yeah.
but I did see. I ain't checking that on the
Jeez. Come on.
I ain't checking.
It's just the fade just grumbling. I
um,
just
you know,
I
it'll be all right.
all
No, I don't think it hit up that far. Quite
right.
honestly, I checked after, because I saw somebody in Jersey mention it, somebody over by Philly mention it, and then up by Syracuse, but nobody higher up. And I've got more of them than anybody. So
Yeah.
somebody would have mentioned it by now, especially the old folk. Shout out to the old
Yeah.
folk, keeping an eye on the weather and whatnot.
It's so true. It's a hobby.
Bro, somebody's got
Whoa,
to.
whoa, whoa. It's
Oh,
good. It might get you in a couple days.
that storm on the West Coast looks like it's gonna be a brutal one.
Yeah.
Gene, you're in South Carolina. What are you talking about? Like,
Like, just keeping an eye on it. Just
there's a front. I'm telling you, it's crazy.
yeah.
I mean, it has been a wild year because of this atmospheric river. I'm like, first of all, I
Mm.
never heard about that until this year. Well, last year. Um, it in between last year and mainly this year, it refilled a 100-year-old barren lake.
Yep.
I said, yo, they really got moisture out here since your boy showed up. You're welcome.
I thought you were gonna be like, you know,
I mean,
you're I'm out here.
I bring good tidings, you know.
Yep.
But bro,
Just I don't know.
the plants have never looked greener. You're welcome. It's got nothing to do with me.
Yep.
Oh, but today is like it's man, it's gross. It's
Yep.
fucking gross. But outside
Yep.
of that, calm, cool, collected.
There you
Um, so what are you talking about in your speech?
go. Leadership development, communication. Some colleagues of mine, one colleague in particular, she created this assessment that measures sort of synchronous communication and relationship. and it has different five different subcategories that will kind of let you know like, hey, this is an area that's an issue. Like
Mm.
one of them might be like, how well do you feel like people are listening to you? Another might be like, do you have that sort of awareness to kind of read each other's thoughts a little bit? Like if you're in a situation where you can't talk, but you're like, we're on the same wavelength here.
Right.
Um, and so we're kind of talking about some of the feedback from that. So
Is it gonna be a book or you gonna work
like a workbook on
some?
the assessment
Yeah, like
sort
no,
of thing.
like are they gonna now? How do you plan to distribute the assessment? I guess is it like
We it's online,
okay?
and so it's kind of done online, and then um, what happens is there's like a PDF report that'll get sent out after you complete it,
Mm.
and so it'll kick back all the results right away and just be like, hey, this is where you're falling. This is what we would advise for what you should do in this area. There you go.
Yo, you and your team be working. I'm just expecting an app to be coming soon too.
So I I have a weird thing where so my like my grandfather on my dad's side, um, if he gave me one really good gift in my life, it was probably that I just will try things at least once. And so like he's
That's a
also a
good skill.
character. Yeah, but he's also a character that I watched put gasoline inside of a Folgers can, fill it with about like 80 to 100 bottle rockets, and walk up to it with a lit cigarette.
Oh no no.
Yeah. And so it was as a little kid, you're like, wait, oh, hold on.
Right.
That that's a whole bunch of and, and
Bro,
everyone's just watching like grandpa's gonna go home to meet Jesus today. And like right in front of the whole family.
what
But
how big was the boom?
so lit cigarette in mouth, he decided that it was not a wise idea to light everything at once. So he took a rag, soaked it in the gasoline in there, and then like drug it outside of the tank,
You
like or
Molotov
out of the
cocktail? These bottle
dude.
rockets?
I don't know what he like again. I was maybe like
You
eight or
have a
nine at the
vessel
time.
and it's got
Yep.
fuel in it, and he
Hmm.
dipped a rag in it,
Hmm.
and part of the rag was left out to
I can
light.
see. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
he cocktailed. Okay,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
Goodness.
Yeah. So that a lot of times like with the assessment and all that sort of stuff, I'll like try to do anything even if I like technically have no business doing it. like like with vehicles, I'm like, I've never changed the brakes on my vehicle. I'm gonna give this thing a shot. It'll be the one I drive because I don't want to be out here
Yeah,
like
that's fair.
putting my family in danger. Um,
I would
but
agree with that notion because that's gotten me to like repair my own dryer and washer and things like that
yeah.
before, and like change out an entire dish disposal, things like that.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, now you got a new skill just in general.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Like
I know
I'll
how to change out a
so
toilet.
yeah,
My mom, like
dude.
my mom, did it at home. She had her little notebook, and I'm sitting there helping her. She's like, "Help me lift," and like we did the whole thing.
Yeah. But can we just talk about like the wax ring seal? No one prepares you to make eye contact with that. Like when you pull it up the first time and you're like,
No,
no,
no, and
no.
the smell too.
Mm-hmm.
That if it has bag feed, so oh my goodness,
Oh yeah.
you're smelling not just yours, everybody's gas.
Yeah.
Like, so it's a fecal cocktail. Back to
Yep.
cocktails. Nasty,
Yep. There you
so
go.
nasty.
Yeah. So that's kind of what we're doing and talking about.
Fair
And
enough.
yeah.
So, do you know much about cars?
Enough to be enough to get into trouble because when I say like so my grandfather and my father
Take
like
it
they're all
easy.
car salesmen. They're all car salesmen. So like it's enough to be like, I kind of could probably do that. And then get
Mm.
into the project and be like, shouldn't have done this. Shouldn't have tried this. There's no way.
Okay. My how old are you? Or how old
Ooh.
were you this week? Is based upon cars. And it's something that I just learned yesterday. I was really excited, but I like had to force myself to be like, "All right, don't tell him." I'm really hoping you don't know. All right. How old were you when you learned backup cameras are mandatory?
What? No. Mandatory?
Mandatory as of 2018 because they held out car companies were holding off for a while. So there was initial talks about it in 2014, but they didn't really start putting it in action until 2018 that all cars have to be manufactured with a backup camera. So, helpful tip, my good advice this week, don't get scammed by car dealerships and people like Brandon.
Oh, I was one of them. I'm a full believer that don't trust a car dealership. Like,
They employ it as an extra feature. It is not.
mm-mm.
Past 2018, they can't sell that to you as an extra feature. So
Yep.
I thought that that was gonna be like real helpful. People don't get
Yep.
scammed. I
I
got
mean,
this
that is
information.
actually super helpful. But dude, did
Glad
you
you didn't know it. Fucking right.
oh yeah, that's shocking. Mostly because I'm
Bro.
that just feels like a weird like a, you're on a good streak. That just feels like a really weird thing to mandate.
Some safety thing. Let me see here.
But
Um,
this is I shouldn't chuckle, but I'm like when you're like safety, I'm like, okay, how many people have been in like fatal accidents because they were backing up?
Fatal accidents from backing up.
Yeah, because the backup camera, like, it's for reverse. I mean, it's you can't really go that fast.
I mean, I'm sure there's been some. I don't think it's a quantitative amount though.
Hmm.
I mean, people's lives do matter, but like, you should never say "but." Like, never mind. Hold on.
Yeah, you should.
Hold on.
Yeah, so just,
It could have got real dark. I stopped. I stopped.
I know.
I care about the people. Mhm. Come on, bro. Keep it together.
Oh,
I
sorry.
care.
I I will say
Hmm.
I appreciate the backup cameras. I for
Sometimes.
like for an Easter gathering at my in-laws, I tried to pull the fun cool uncle thing. And I drove in reverse to where we were doing the Easter egg hunt for all the kiddos. I drove in reverse for like 4.5 blocks the whole time
I
because it'll
just being cool.
yeah, just something because the nephews
I don't hate it. I don't
like
hate
the nephews were like we're gonna race you there and I was like I could beat you in reverse.
it. Okay. Well, that's not. I imagine the road was quiet enough.
Oh yeah, like there was
Uh,
no one really out.
yeah,
uh yeah,
I don't mind that shit.
yeah,
If there's no one around, and obviously you're careful enough.
yeah.
Have you ever broken a bone?
Yes.
What'd you break?
Last I've broken two. Last year in January, I broke my ribs sledding.
How did I not know about this?
Oh, it was so bad. So
Okay,
we
yeah.
were sledding. So we all went with some friends, or actually it was a family thing. And we get to the sledding hill, and I ignored my better judgment. First of all, it was a massive hill, and I was like, this seems dicey. Second of all, there's blood on the hill. And I was like,
Oh, so
okay.
someone's already lost some teeth.
Yeah, someone's already in trouble.
Oh.
Next, my brother-in-law who was there, he's like, yeah, I'm out. I think I have a concussion. And I was like, oh, okay, cool, cool, cool. I'm I'm gonna go. So I have my youngest, Lucy, at the time, who was 3, and she wants to go down. And
Mhm.
I was like, all right, cool. Dad will take you down. And I have her on my lap, and it is pure ice. And
Oh, the
so,
slate. Okay.
so we're going down, and I feel the sled like move to the side, and I'm like, if I roll up on top of her, like if I catch traction on this hill and I roll up on top of her, it's just ice underneath us. This is gonna be bad. So instead, what I do is I slide off the sled, and I'm on my back now, and I have Lucy like in this. Essentially, what I just did was I like locked my arms kind of like this,
Hmm.
and I turned my body kind of like into a roll cage.
Like
And
fetal around there.
yeah, yeah. And we're going down on my back, and we
Turtle
slam
style.
into this pile of ice, and I feel my ribs go snap. Like I feel it because it hit on the side, and I feel them go pop, and we roll. And I'm still locked in there on top of like with Lucy. So she's like safe in that.
Hmm.
And then right at the end, like as we come to, I I let her go. Like as we've come to a stop on the hill, and she's like, that was fun. Let's go again." And I'm like, "Oh." And I'm laying there, and so my wife my wife is a nurse, and
You
she's
want
like calling out to me, and I'm like, I can't talk. Like I can't.
right?
Like I'm in just pain.
Yeah.
Um and so like uh so eventually she comes down the hill, and she was like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "I just broke my ribs." And she was like, "Are you are you sure?" And I was like, "I'm dead sure." And she was like, "Oh shoot." Like, because for me, like
Hmm.
whenever I'm in pain, I don't typically cry, like physical pain. I don't
Hmm.
typically cry. It is like everything's off. Like, and I'm not talking. I'm just like, in a way, I'm almost going through like this internal like analysis. Like, can I breathe? Is there blood? And she's like, I gotta see if is your lung, like, did you puncture
Punctured.
a lung?
Right.
And I was like, nah, I don't,
I
like,
don't.
I didn't do.
You're in here doing the adjustments. You're like, oh no, no, it's not in there
Yeah,
yet.
yeah. But when you break your ribs, there's nothing they can do. You just gotta like, you have 6 to 8 weeks where you can like bandage them, but you
Wrap
have to
tight.
do, yeah, but you got to do, they don't do that anymore because then you develop pneumonia. And so you got to like do breathing exercises. And so I'm there with like the next like 6 weeks, 8 weeks, and just like I didn't sleep in my bed because it hurt to be horizontal, just agonizing. And so I'm sleeping in a chair and like
Hmm.
doing breathing exercises, and I'm like, just fill up your lungs with oxygen so you don't develop pneumonia. And like, oh, so that was one. And the other time I broke my tailbone.
Ooh, not the coccyx.
Yep. Snap that sucker.
Mm.
Best part though was, so my mom um grew up on a farm, and my mom grew up on a farm, and she was an amazing tough lady. So when I broke my tailbone, she was like, "You're going to school." And I was like I crawled back to the car, like, because I was like, I can't walk. And she was like like, "Are you sure you're?"
Find a spot for you to lay
Yeah.
down.
Because it happened at this park where we were playing like tag, and being a competitive person that I am, I leapt and I didn't clear a ledge, and there was a corner that caught. And
Mm.
so caught it right on my tailbone, and I felt like if my head shot forward, and then I hit the ground and I couldn't breathe because it knocked the wind out of me. And then I was like, I can't feel my legs. I can't, like, and our friends were there, and I had to crawl to the car and sat down. And when I got home, that's when mom was like, I think you might have, I believe you probably hurt yourself. And I was like, I'm pretty sure this is worse than that. And
Did you
then
go
the
to the
next,
doctor?
uh, 3 days later.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, like 3 days later, because I was like, I would just like cry, and as a little kid, I
Mhm.
didn't know why, but I like sitting on the toilet felt amazing. Like, and it was just because it takes the pressure off your tailbone. And so, like, the protocol for healing from it is they give you an inflatable donut. Like,
Yeah,
so
that's
that's
right.
like my mom would be like, "Why are you on the toilet?" I'm like, "It just feels so good." Like,
It's a
mama.
moment of relief. That's fair. Oh, we're already talking about injuries. I wonder if I should get into any of mine. Uh, so apparently I ruptured some discs in my back. I never knew.
When?
I
Okay, first of all, when did you discover this? Because it sounds like you have
uh
no idea when it actually happened.
2 years ago, maybe 2 or 3 years ago. Yeah, I found out because I had to have an MRI for something else, to check on something else because that's for another story. I had a hernia surgery. um, it not as bad as you would think. Um, but it was causing other. Okay, so I was having a checkup on that because I was in an extreme amount of pain. Come to find out, like my sciatic nerve was spasming something fierce. So like
Oof.
they're like, no, your surgery stuff all looks good. I mean, you did have a ruptured disc, like looks like that's healed over, but I'm like, what when the hell was that? Now, mind you, I've I'm a person who I don't okay. I fall, but mm, it's not exactly like that. Like the situations in which I've been in, they weren't my fault necessarily.
All right. I
It
got
okay.
I gotta get this out of the way because this is the incredibly unhealthy thought that I have towards that. Okay.
Okay.
And it's not good. So that is the disclaimer, everyone. Like this is not healthy, it's not a good thought. Dude, I'm impressed. You had a ruptured disc and you didn't even know it.
I'm believing it was from my time on the farm. I had to fight this ram that was like at the time I was like 160, sometimes 155. People said I looked like a crackhead. Uh he was getting on my nerves.
Why'd you have to like, hold on?
And
I
I
was saying I
body
was gonna
slammed that motherfucker. He was 200 pounds. I said, I had enough. But I remember tweaking. Ain't nobody talking to you. I remember tweaking my back and I was down for a couple days. Now, to me, I was like, oh, ow, it hurts. Tell my boss, I'll get back to it. In hindsight, I probably should have taken more time off. Or maybe I just aggravated it from the time where I fell from 15 feet up on my back and neck from a rope swing. And what had happened
what?
with that was so I got goaded into being the first and I was scared. And I'm like, all right, just tell me when to go. They're like, close your eyes and we'll tell you when to jump. I trusted them. I
That
trusted them and I was betrayed because I let go. They said let go. And obviously there's like a second to register.
right.
And I let go and I fall just at the bank on my back and neck.
Oh.
Um and then proceeded to just go home and take a nap as if I wasn't concussed. Or it could have come from the
What?
time I was in
Or how are there
fifth
more of
grade.
these? Like, hold on. I was trying to compliment, like, you're one tough man if you're like I had this and I just gritted through, which is why it's not healthy. You should definitely get yourself checked out. We've already been over that. But the following options were it could have been the time I body slammed a ram. I
Hmm.
was like launched from a rope swing
Hmm.
blind. And then what's
Or
the
when
third?
we all right, it was fifth grade. We were playing Shark Attack on this jungle gym, and
What's shark attack?
listen. So what they do, there's you got people on the ship, and then you got sharks in the water on the ground, and they gotta like try and like after so long you gotta get off the jungle gym and like go like touch something and run back. And if you get caught, you're now a shark.
Okay. All right.
So I'm gonna call her JK, and we're gonna leave it at that. So Miss JK decided that she would go grab my ankle, pull me back, and I proceeded to fall on my neck. And then I remember the ambulance had to come on the playground, put me in a neck brace, put me in the thing, keep me awake, do the X-rays, all that jazz. Yeah, I just don't remember the results because like, that was a long time ago, and I remember being real sleepy. But mom had to keep me up, uh, like all night that night. It sucked. It sucked.
Jeez. That's
Also, went back to work the next day after my hernia surgery.
we're just gonna reference the advice of taking care of your body. And
Yes.
yeah,
Yes.
that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Do that.
Yeah, you should definitely don't listen to how I performed. I try and do better now. I see doctors
I
now.
yeah.
Too many.
I I had someone the other day that was they were describing like the impact of how to take care of your body. And I was like, is there like a metric um for like that? And they just sort of haphazardly were like, um, let's just put it this way: 1 ounce of prevention probably equals a pound of cure or care after. Like, oh,
That sounds about right. Quite honestly.
it was pretty good.
Prevention goes a long way. I mean,
It's not what we do very well, though. Just
our system's not really set up for prevention.
what do you mean? We take care of people and give them healthcare needs at young ages for times that they really need, and no one has to pay for things that they don't really need. Everyone knows that we're an honest country and we do all the nice things for all the people, and we definitely don't do all the things which take advantage of all the people that don't have the money to pay for the things.
Yes. I was like, get it off your chest, man.
Just I sorry. We
Mhm.
are that comes like recently we had to so we have like a subsidized like a health sharing plan that we do
Mm,
because health insurance is crazy, crazy. Um, and so there's this card that's like cash pay, like discount thing at pharmacies, right?
mhm,
You're like, hey, I got this thing, and they negotiated a cash price. So my son needed this medication for a skin condition he has. I go up there and they're like, what's your insurance? And I was like, I don't have it. We do this thing. And they were like, all right, because the bill's $580. And I was like, oh, cool, 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 cool. Mind you, I'm listening to the pharmacy, like the pharmacist on the phone with a woman who I can hear crying because like her medication that her husband needs, like to
yeah,
survive,
yeah.
they have something called a donut gap, which was like they only cover certain months of the year, like with whatever program he was on. So
Our
anyway,
system's dicked.
yeah. So I'm there. I'm hearing this. I'm like, that sounds so sad to be like, ma'am, like the medication's like $1,000 a pill and they don't cover you in March. Sorry. Like talk to your insurance, see if they'll do it. And I was like, I know insurance companies, they're not gonna do that.
Yeah.
And I'm getting this, and then I hand the guy my card, and I'm like, oh, $580. You know what? I feel blessed that I can pay this, and I'm just gonna think about it in a positive way. And he
Yeah.
comes back with my card, and he's like, all right, man, yeah, no, sorry, we couldn't get it all discounted for the cash price, but you know, but at least we can help you out a little bit. And I was like, oh, I appreciate that. And he hands me a bill, and it's $170. And I was like, no, 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 no.
Uh,
This now we have a different problem because you're telling me telling you I have cash to pay, and you're like, oh, cool, cool, cool. Here's
This is
the little
also
deal.
yours.
Yeah, it was kind of like,
Oh, for
I
fuck's sake.
mean, like you're marking it up $400+
Mm,
if it goes through like this. Like I hear the insurance company kind of being like a jerkwad,
mhm.
and then I see the not the pharmacy, but like the company that negotiates like
Yeah.
the pharmaceutical company
Mhm.
being shady towards the insurance company. And I wanted to be like, y'all two need to sit down and stop trying to make money off of each other because it just hurts the rest of us.
They
You
don't
two
care
knock it off.
about that.
Well,
They need to. Bro,
true.
this is all those all those falls and things are like only some of my problems. And each time I tell people that, they're like, "Are you on disability?" And I'm like, "They denying me
Hmm.
everything that I've given." And yeah, they were like, see, your blood work looks okay." So I'm like, but that's not my problem. My problem is nerve damage and constant dizziness to
Hmm.
the point of blackouts and how I can't get behind the wheel. But y'all don't, you don't care. You like,
Yep.
you have two legs. Yeah, so it's a bit of a, well, it's fucked. Let's just call it
Yeah.
what it is. Quick aside from that depressing ass shit, I got two shout outs this week.
Ooh.
Um, all right, because I told you here, it was probably like a month and a half ago. Like, I made like a little blip. Support your people for real.
Yeah.
Yeah, I support my people for real. I see. Hold on.
Yeah. What?
It's called. There it is. Skin therapy.
All right.
I don't know how they do it. Um, it is someone I knew from college, and she's like trying to just excel in life, do better in life, and whatnot. And shouts to her for
Great.
that. And my thing is, if I see people doing that, I want to support. I want to like show you like, no, like you got people supporting you. And
Yeah.
my thing is, I'm not asking for no discount or nothing. I'm paying full price, so on and so forth. Thankfully, she gave me both scents of this body cream. So thank you for that. But I love seeing progress. So that was her shout out. But now shout out to all right, her name's Danny K. Skin Therapy. Check her out on Facebook.
Are you
Jeremy,
gonna put a link in there?
I will put a link. This is not sponsored at all. Like I said, I pay for it. It's not an ad. I'm just like proud of people. Second proud of Jeremy Kennedy Blue Wolf. That is my best friend's younger brother. This kid self-taught on guitar since like the age of 12. He started his band earlier this year, and they've been doing gigs and whatnot. And he has now made it to. He's going to be doing the New York State Blues Festival this year.
Wait. Whoa. 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 Whoa.
So let
Whoa.
me
For
share
real?
screen real quick. Since
For
I'm on it
real?
on the Facebook, yes sir.
That's a big deal, man.
Share that right there. All right, this one, and bam. So his is. Let me see. Rattlesnake Trio. Where is it? There it is. This is right here. Rattlesnake Trio. Um, Super proud of them. Super proud of both of them. I just wanted to give them like their little flowers right now because I I love seeing people like striving out and doing what they really want to do in life. Um, so super proud of you guys.
Man, that's I gotta see like see on like any have they released any records or anything?
No, but what I can do is I can download some of the videos that he's got on Facebook, or I
All
can
right.
send you his name and you can check out his page.
Rattlesnake Trio?
Yeah. But his page is Jeremy Kennedy. Kennedy
Okay.
like the president. And Danny K for skin therapy. Um, smells really good. That's what I got on that. It smells and feels really good. Like my skin's super soft. I've been touching my legs this whole time. Not inappropriately, but like it feels good. Shut. Don't do that. Don't do. How do you talk about body cream and like it not sound fun? Fix your face. Fix it right now. I'm not gonna deal with this with you right now. We were having a good time, not picking on one another,
I was gonna leave it, and then you're like, I was touching my leg.
bro. Cause it feels soft. What you want me to do? It's a good product.
Just then do this. I don't know.
Oh goodness. Don't chill out, chill out, chill out. All right. Let's leave it on this because we already gave good advice. Um the theme song. The theme song that
Ooh.
best describes you. What was yours?
So I had like this is like really old. Sanford and Sons theme song.
Why? Bum, bum, bum,
Yep.
bum,
I
bum,
just
bum,
love
bum, 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 bum.
I just love that
Why?
group for so
Oh, I'm so mad at you. Okay, because our things can be connected.
okay.
So mine is the Scrubs theme song, Superman.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
and the reason they're connected is because that's one of Turk's favorite shows, the Sanford and Son. And he sings that tune multiple times throughout the series.
That's right. I
Bum,
forgot
bum,
about
bum,
that. Yeah.
bum, bum, bum.
See. Yeah. I'm telling you, it's like one of those ones where it gets in your head and you're just like walking
It's a
around
good
bobbing.
bop.
Mm-hmm.
It is a good bop, 100%. But
Oh man.
mine's a more like a scream for help, if anything.
I was trying to remember the lyrics to it.
I'm not gonna
I
sing
know,
it, but it goes, I can't do this all on my own. No, yeah, I can't do this all on my own. I'm no Superman. Boom, boom, boom,
yep,
boom, boom. I'm no
yep.
Superman. Or man, people be forgetting. I'm a regular person. Well,
Hmm.
you could have said affirmative. Yes, you are regular.
I said, uh-huh.
Mm,
Affirmative. He's a regular person,
yeah.
just like the rest of us. We're all out here trying to make it work. We need each other.
Facts. All of us. So yeah, third good advice for today. Help your peoples.
Mhm.
That's all I got for you this week, my man. Go fashion randomness.
All right.
All right, man. That's it. Peace and love.